American football is a really popular niche. I'm not talking about soccer in this video or what the Europeans call football, but rather American football, like the NFL. And when I go onto Etsy and I type in football, I get back 671,000 results, many of which are trademarked. We're looking at NFL stuff. We're looking at soccer stuff. We're looking at CFL, which is Canadian football. And it's like, yeah. How do we compete with a bunch of trademarked items? Here's a Ronaldo print, for example. And it's like, is there any room for us on a site like Etsy or any of the print-on-demand sites? Well, the answer is yes, there actually is. There are niches that sell that are completely legal. Let's jump in. I'm using a site here called Everbee, and it's a niche marketing tool. It's really cool. You can figure out all different niches, and I'll put a link to this in the video description below if you're interested. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link. That just means if you click on the link and you purchase Everbee, I would receive a small commission. We can see here at the top, when I type in football, we get 1,335 search volume, and that means there's about 1,300 people every month searching for football on Etsy. It's a very generic term, but look at the competition. It's almost 1 million competition, and that gives us a really horrible keyword score of 0, and that makes sense because most people are not just going to type in the word football if they're looking for something. They're going to be looking for something very specific. And so I've got 3 niches here that we can take a look at, and the first one I want to type in is mom shirt football. And we can see here, the search volume is 426. The competition's only 28. That gives us a ridiculous keyword score of 15,000. Now you might be asking, what the heck is a mom shirt? Okay, so on Etsy, there's a couple different ways you can do this. If you're looking for digital design niches, one thing you can do is actually look at print-on-demand items. So for example, my favorite players call me grandma. This is $24.76 because it's an actual item. And we can see here you pick your color, and then you pick your size, and then it gives you back a price. And so this is not a digital design per se, but you could sell the digital design or something similar to it if you're finding that the actual product is selling. You can see down here below there's 1,207 shop reviews. I certainly would look through here and see if there's other stuff that people are buying and they're using. What I really like is photos from reviews, because when you click on the photos, this is actual evidence that people are either buying the shirt or they're buying some sort of a print and they deem it worthy of putting on a shirt. So I really like this. Here's a great example. This is basketball and bowling, and you could stick any 2 sports inside the glasses. And so somebody bought this, right? Jenny in October bought this shirt and she's wearing it. So here's an example of a digital design item. This is football mom, always loud, crazy proud, always loud. And it's an SVG file, or it's a digital design. $3.75 in demand. 2 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So this is key. You want to look up in the top right and see if there's anything like how many of the item is in people's baskets and how many people have bought the item in the last 24 hours. So certainly interesting. Here's another one. This is aunt instead of the mom. But we've also got a similar one here that says mama as well. Here's 8 views in the last 24 hours. The football ant one's not quite as popular, but you can certainly look through and you can see the different reviews on the shops, and you can see what people have bought that might be related to aunts, moms, grandma, that kind of thing. We can see here down below, I love my shirt, and this is football ant, and it's this shirt here. And so somebody has bought this print and they've really enjoyed it. Now, again, it's a physical item, but you could certainly make something similar in the digital realm because people are obviously interested in this type of design. The second niche I want to share is pretty simple, and sometimes it's missed because it is so simple. It just simply is cut file football. Search volume's 270. There's about 900 competition. That gives us a keyword score of about 300. So your chances of being seen is actually pretty good. And I'm going to run through a couple here. So here's cut file football. We can see there's about 1,500 results. Now that includes ads. So there's a bit more on here, but what we can do is we can look through, and I don't really like looking at the ads as examples of things that sell because I'm not a big fan of paying for advertising. However, there's a few here that I found. This one, for example, football player SVG 6. This person's obviously got a few different SVGs, so they just numbered it 6. And this looks really cool, right? You could imagine this sitting on somebody's wall or a t-shirt or a lunchbox or something like that. And it's a digital design. It's $4.28. Now, it doesn't say a bunch in the basket. It doesn't say a bunch of people sold this. But when I scroll on down, I can see that people have purchased this item. I love this design and it turned out awesome. And this is football player SVG 6. Amazing image, looks awesome on my tees. Football player SVG 6. So we can see we've got examples here of people that have purchased this. And they're not getting sales all the time, but it's certainly something that has sold. Here's another one. This is easy use, customizable. Customizable stuff on Etsy is really big. So if you're looking to break in on Etsy and you're wondering what can I do that's relatively easy, customizing stuff is pretty cool. So here's a digital design that you can sell, and then people would plop in their own kid's name or their own name or whatever. So $2.57 in demand. 2 people bought this in the last 24 hours. Here's another one. This is a layered custom football SVG. We've got the front of the jersey, the back of the jersey, and then we've got all the different numbers and stuff here. And we can see it's in 12 baskets, $2.09. So what you want to do if you're creating a layered bundle like this is you want to give so much value that you stand out. So here's a great example. We have the front, we have the back, we have all the different numbers. It's kind of screaming like great value because it's $2.09. So I know you might be thinking, well, it's only $2. I'm not going to make any money. But if you have it sitting up on Etsy for the next, say, 5 years, and it makes consistent sales, it's just like getting a book sale. It's like getting a royalty. It's just passive income. And you're just selling it a couple times a month or a few times a month, and you can make some really easy money that way. And the third niche I want to share is football girlfriend. And there's 243 search volume for this exact phrase, and then there's about 6,500 in competition. But take a look down below. There's related keywords. And so what you want to do is maybe click on the keyword score and have it be descending, and then you can look through different keyword scores and you can see if there's anything else that is, a really good score for that sort of niche. For example, if you're looking at sports themed things, bowling girlfriend has its keyword score of 800. I guess bowling is more popular than people think, right? So instead of going after the really high-end sports like football or soccer, you can take a look at bowling. Maybe there's darts or, a little more obscure sports that people are still really looking at. Yeah, there's only 60 search volume, but there's only 75 competition, so the chances of being seen is virtually 100%. Okay, so we're on Etsy here. We're searching for football girlfriend, and I'm scrolling on down, and we're going to see if there's things here that are specific to women, i.e. girlfriends, and they want to be included too, right? So ask yourself when you're buying something on Etsy, why do people buy stuff on Etsy? And the answer is people want to feel special. There's an emotion attached to it, right? So here's a great example. Football girlfriend, it's in 20 plus baskets. And you might be thinking, really? It's just the word football with a football, the word girlfriend, and a heart. Very simple, easy to read, elegant, clean designs sell. $4.31. It's in 20 plus baskets. And as we scroll on down, we can see there's 1,849 shop reviews. Again, not only for that item, but for the whole shop. If you click on reviews for this item right there on the left-hand side, you'll see there's 35 reviews for the item, and you can scroll down and you can read them as well. And I love this one right here. This was so easy to use, and it turned out really cute. That's key. It was so easy to use. So if you have a Cricut machine, a digital cutting machine, this is a clean file that works. Here's another one, football girlfriend, but it's got a little number on it. 32 is the number, and that's key because you can change that number. So it's customizable. So again, what I was saying earlier is that on Etsy, customizing things is a really big deal. So if you sell a digital file with a bunch of different numbers in there, hey, 7 baskets, that's not bad. Okay, and here's an example of where you could make variants of it. So I'm not a fan of saying copy the design exactly, but here we've got football girlfriend with a big football. Well, here's football girlfriend with a slightly different football. This is white font, this is black font. We've got another one here. This is more like a collegiate look, right? It says football girlfriend. I like this one a lot. So you can be imaginative with your designs. You don't just need to like rip off somebody's design. You can come up with something that looks and feels completely unique. I love the way this looks. I really hope you found this helpful. I love using Everbee, and I can quickly isolate niches that have the potential to get some eyeballs on my stuff and to make some sales. If you like what you see, check out the link in the video description below. Thanks a lot for watching. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your digital design journey.